う。そなたはシュラではない。
10 insane evil endings that you can unlock in games. Many choice-based games have many endings depending on the player's choices. Some of these, good, better, and best endings are challenging to achieve, but they are all worth the effort in the end. Some games, on the other hand, offer the evilest conceivable endings, which are achieved by players in rather horrible ways. These games are known for their horrible endings, and what players must do to get them, ranging from trying to kill B9 robots and their children in Nier, Automata, to killing everyone and everything possible in titles like Undertale and Westerado. These endings subvert expectations and shock and upset gamers. Before we begin the countdown, we would like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notifications from our channel. Now let's begin! Number 10. Dramatical Murder's horribly evil ending in Clear's root scars fans for life.
僕は人間にはなれない。だから、青葉さんに僕と同じになってもらいたい。でもどうせなら、ずっと綺麗なまま。いや、もっと綺麗になってそばにいてほしい。人形のように。
Dramatical Murder is a visual novel with BL choices in which the player, as Aoba Surigaki, can pick from a variety of relationships. However, if enough bad choices are made, these romance paths lead to disastrous outcomes. If the player tries to command Clear, one of the worst endings occurs. To get the nice ending, they must refuse to issue any commands at all. In the evil conclusion, the main antagonist too reprograms Clear into an obsessed monster who turns Aoba into a lifeless doll for his own entertainment. Number 9. Undertale's Genocide route doesn't even spare the good endings. The famed Genocide route in Undertale requires the main protagonist to kill everyone they can. Not only does this result in the deaths of fans' favorites such as Undyne, Sans, and Toriel, but it also ruins the game's world's fabric. The endings of the true pacifist and neutral paths are also altered if you play the Genocide route first. Players frequently make an effort to complete the true pacifist and neutral ways before proceeding to the Genocide route, to ensure that they receive the finest possible endings before those endings are irrevocably changed. Number 8. Until Dawn's evil endings leaves everyone dead. Until Dawn is a mystery game in which the player's actions determine whether some, all, or none of the characters live. Every single character dies violently in the worst conclusion. The way and when these individuals die is determined by the choices made during gameplay. For example, giving one character a weapon over the other may result in the death of the latter. Missing key clues can also result in the deaths of characters other than the one in charge. The title rolls with flashbacks of each character's death in chronological order, with all the horrific details given in the worst ending. Number 7. The evil ending in the Farewell My Turnabout trial in Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All is simply tragic. The Farewell My Turnabout trial, Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, has a particularly awful ending. If Wright produces an improper combination of evidences or transfers the follow-up question with any other than Enguard wanted blackmail on you, the ending will occur. Because Wright's assertion concerning Mott Enguard's guilt in the case is unsupported, Enguard is ruled not guilty. As a result, Wright escapes in humiliation and never enters another courtroom, preferring to walk the streets alone. The majority of fans feel that this is the worst possible conclusion to a Phoenix Wright game. Number 6. Your family can starve to death in Papers, Please. There are several endings in Death, in Papers, Please, and 17 of the 20 are fairly unpleasant. None, however, are as agonizing as the one in which the player's entire family dies of starvation as a result of their inability to produce enough money at their job to feed them. If the player is unable to acquire enough money to support themselves and their family, the game will finish with a statement lamenting their loved ones' untimely deaths. This drives players to take bribes despite the risk of being detected by their employer in order to keep their families together as much as possible throughout the playtime. Number 5. Westerado's evil ending makes you kill everyone and everything. In Westerado, a mystery thriller set in the Wild West, the player must seek down a criminal who murdered their family, depending on which of the procedurally generated suspects committed the crime and what choices the player makes. There are several endings. The Horde Final, on the other hand, is easily the worst ending of all. This ending has the player killing practically everyone and maybe destroying the world in which they're playing. Because killing everyone isn't strictly the purpose of the game, most players try to prevent this ending if at all possible. Number 4. The evilest ending of Fire Emblem: Three Houses.
You're here, Mother.
The player chooses one of the 3 titular houses in Fire Emblem: Three Houses, Black Eagles, Golden Deer, or Blue Lions. The player instantly accesses one of the 3 primary routes to play through, depending on whose house they teach. Crimson Flower for Black Eagle, Verdant Wind for Golden Deer, and Azure Moon for Blue Lions. There is, however, a secret 4th route called Silver Snow, only if the player chooses to train the Black Eagles before siding with Rhea, and against Edelgard. Before the time skips does this route become available. Fans were shocked to see that this route led to the deaths of both Edelgard and Dimitri, with the fate of Cloud, Golden Deer's leader, unclear, even though he generally makes it through the other 3 routes. Due to the fact that none of the 3 main house leaders survived the game, many claim that Silver Snow's route had one of the evilest primary endings. Number 3. The Dark Pictures: Man of Medan has multiple ways to kill off its cast. The Dark Pictures: Man of Medan is another game in which the player's actions can lead to the deaths of all the characters. If the characters are not killed by the government for security concerns, one of the evil endings may result in their detention. One of the saddest endings is when none of the people are saved and their ship is stuck in the middle of the ocean, leaving the player to know that they are doomed to die. Ending R. Maverick in Nier: Automata is the most heartless.
Pascal, are you okay?
Me too.
So what exactly happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers just started to feed on each other. If you hadn't come along, I'm sure we would have met the same grim fate. Thank you.
In Nier Automata, there are various endings, many of which are unpleasant. Fans, on the other hand, believe ending R, Maverick, to be the most callous and one of the most evilest endings. This ending can be obtained in one of the 2 ways. Either the player must assault the robots alongside Pascal during the chapter 14, or the player must attack both Pascal and the children. Most players aim to prevent this consequence and will only try to complete the game to the fullest extent possible. In Heavy Rain's worst ending, the Origami killer gets away with murder. One of the most possible endings in Heavy Rain allows the Origami killer to get away with murder due to the player's inexperience. This ending, named Helpless, is difficult to obtain because it necessitates failures in numerous previous chapters. Although it is still possible for players to reach, not only does the Origami killer get away with murder, but Ethan is also imprisoned after being falsely accused of the crime. He hangs himself in his detention cell, tortured by the loss of his kid and unable to bear any more pain. This was one of the saddest endings in the game, and most players tried everything they could to prevent it. This brings our video to an end. We hope you liked it. If so, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Bye!